At the Grand Prix Total refinery outside Paris, workers gather on a picket line after a vote. They've agreed to continue a strike which has already lasted 10 days. They're protesting over the government's proposed labour reforms, which they say erode workers' rights.
The goal is not to create fuel shortages. The goal is to tell the government there are people who are angry, there are employees who are angry, and that this is the result.
We're fully committed to this. We won't give up despite pressure from the bosses and the state. We're all in here.
We have to show the government that we want to be heard.
With more than 400 employees, this refinery is one of France's biggest. It supplies fuel to the whole Paris region and the country's two main airports. But as the strike continues here, those supplies will be hit. Across France, ongoing protests have prompted a fuel shortage and forced the government to dip into its emergency stocks. There have been long queues at petrol stations, and some French motorists have been driving over the border into Belgium.
Because there isn't any diesel where we live, we tried the next region and all the pumps were empty. So we came all the way here. If there hadn't been any here, we would have had to keep going.
Speaking in Japan, where he attended the G7 conference, French President François Hollande reaffirmed his commitment to the labour reforms. He said the government's priority was to get the country moving again.
Our primary duty, that I've reminded the government about and I repeat in front of all the French people, is to do everything to maintain the supply of fuel to the public and to continue to provide essential public services, to provide transportation for everyone and to ensure the economy functions properly.
The government's under increasing pressure to find a way out of the standoff. But with unions vowing to continue the strikes and more street protests planned for the coming weeks, it remains to be seen how the deadlock will be broken. Natasha Butler, Al Jazeera, Grand Prix.